judge you. That's what your truth thought you was right out of nothing. Everybody's listening, nobody's tripping. This life's too crazy, everybody's flipping. This life's so crazy, run and tell your friends. You on the right side, there's no need to pretend. This an open forum, never done before. This a future mission, this is a no. No cousins, you can learn something, no bugging. No extra charge to switch for be buzzing. We don't really care if you're right or you're wrong. Just tune into Miss KiKi, whichever time it's on.
Hey, Miss KiKi, it's time to play. It's time to play. Devil's advocate. Hey, Miss KiKi, it's PDA. It's time to play. Devil's advocate.
As we go a little something like this. Hit it!
At some point, you will be offended by something said on this show, but playing devil's advocate is meant to be a forum for open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of the host or of the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversations so that we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly even ourselves. Enjoy the show.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Playing Devil's Advocate. I am your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, and for the next 120 minutes, we are going to edutain you. That means for the next 2 hours, you're going to be educated and entertained. I think the emphasis might be a little bit more on education tonight, but we always have ourselves a funky good time. If this is your first time joining us, we are here each and every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, and 10 p.m. to you guys on the East Coast. If you happen to miss any of our live broadcasts, all you got to do is, while you're sitting here watching me now, subscribe to our channel and go back and watch any of the videos that we have posted previously. Just so you know, we are a fully interactive show. So if you want to be a part of our conversation, feel free to get involved. We have an interactive chat room right here that you can see. If you need to scroll down or over to the side, depending on the apparatus that you're using, you can see it listed there. And you can also post to our Facebook wall at facebook.com/playing devil's advocate, and we'll make sure that your comment gets on air at some point throughout the show. Or you can post a tweet. Follow us on Twitter at PDA_Miss KiKi, PDA_MSKIKI. Send us a tweet, and same thing as on Facebook. We'll make sure that we get your comment on air. If you want to get yourself a copy of my book, The Other Woman Code of Conduct, What Every Other Woman Should Know, and Men Too, all you need to do is go to KiKiRichardson.com, and there you'll be able to purchase a copy of that book. You'll be able to purchase any Playing Devil's Advocate merchandise. You'll also be able to listen to any of our archive shows that we used to do before we went video. It's only audio. Trust me, it is well worth a listen. Every now and again, I go back and listen, and I'm like laughing hysterically at some of our shows. And finally, on KiKiRichardson.com, you can find out all about me and the other co-hosts on this show, our guests, and our experts right there on KiKiRichardson.com. So before we get into anything, I'll need to bring on my cast of characters that ride shotgun with me each and every week. Ladies and gentlemen, she hails from my hometown, the Windy City. She is a fallen angel, and if you don't know how or why she fell from grace, she coined phrases like lube is for amateurs and either you rub it out or I'll suck it out. Those are her words, ladies and gentlemen. Help me in welcoming Miss Sporty, Spunky Angel. Hey, hello. Are you there?
Hello. Hi.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, girl. How you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am actually being really silly with you guys right now, but I just want to let you guys know, big shout out to the glam goddess herself, Leisha from Custom Staircases. She actually sent me some wonderful pieces, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a case for my phone. I hope y'all can see it. It's beautiful. Look at my little pinky and my jacket with Swarovski crystals and my pearls. Can't forget my pearls, right? And my K. All right. Isn't that beautiful?
Awesome. Looking
But
good,
it's not.
girl.
It's nowhere as near as beautiful.
Ooh, all right. Cheers, Soror. You looking good over
As
there.
my custom glass here. It is
Yes.
gorgeous, honey. Gorgeous. But you know what? It wouldn't be fair to rock all
What?
my pink and green without, what do we do? What do we do?
Got to look in the mirror, honey.
Got to look in the mirror.
Oh,
Boom.
yes.
Y'all don't even understand how gorgeous this workmanship is. Look at that. This is
Girl.
the mirror compact right here. And I'm going to show y'all how gorgeous it is. It lights up.
Yes, honey. You look fabulous as usual.
Giving me life with my new haircut.
Yes, I was getting ready to say,
Thank you,
so
Felicia.
cute.
I'm sorry, 7. Guys, if you guys are in the Atlanta area, well, first of all, let me just say, if you want to find the glam goddess herself, Leisha from Custom Staircases, she's Designs by a Goddess on Instagram. You guys may have seen me post some of my stuff there. She's also on Facebook as well. So make sure you go check her out. Make your order. Nobody's stuff is going to be exactly like yours. It's all custom. All custom. And then, speaking of custom, this cut right here, 7 at Fusion Barber Salon in Norcross hooked me up yet again. If you need a barber or stylist or even a makeup artist, she does it all. So fellas, don't be like, she do girl hair, but she does boys hair first. So if you want to get your stuff tightened up, go give her a holler. Tell her I sent you. She giving specials for people who tell her KiKi sent you. Check her out. She's on my page as well. You might see her as Felicia. Looks like Felicia, but it's not. Or you can send me an inbox on Facebook and I will put you in touch with her and you can get the KiKi special. Now that we gotten all that girly shit out the way. You know he's sitting there like, really? Damn women. He should be used to it. It's a bunch of women in his life. Ladies and gentlemen, he also hails from my hometown, the Windy City. He is an entrepreneur. He is a father. He is a speaker. And he is the intermittent fasting king of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me and welcome none other than the Rob Carter.
What's up? So I got my phone out because I finally got on the chat thing.
I see you in the chat
for weeks and weeks, and I ain't been able to get on. I'm on the chat thing. So for anybody that wants to chat now, I can see what y'all saying. I usually have to hear it, third person. So I'm right here. I'm ready. Whenever. Yeah, we all on it.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, to the rest of you guys, tonight's show is Be Well for Your Well-Being. And this show came to pass because, there's like Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, lap band surgery, or whether it's the old-fashioned diet and exercise, whatever it is, a lot of people have tried it in their quest to lose weight. And so if you've ever wondered what's the best way to get fit and stay that way, tonight is the show for you, because we have something even more special in mind other than the information we are going to share with you guys. You are not going to believe this, ladies and gentlemen. For the one of the first times in the history of Playing Devil's Advocate, and we have been on the air over 7 years, I am turning over control. I am stepping out of the way, and I'm going to let none other than the Rob Carter steer this damn ship. Now, let me tell y'all something. If I were gonna trust somebody to do this would be the man I trust. So y'all show him some love, and this is his first time being in the control. So I'm gonna get on out the way.
Get on out the way. All right. So all right. So we talk now. I'm gonna try to do this, and I'm gonna ask for your help on the chat room thing.
Okay.
Because I don't want to try to do two things at once and not keep up with the chats. We want to make sure folks go. So KiKi gonna man the chats. I'll go back and forth when I'm not talking to look at chats and try to answer and interact. But we want to talk today about health and wellness, particularly because I've embraced this so much lately. I don't know if you guys are familiar with my little brother. His name is Big Brandon Carter. So if anybody wants to just Google him, he's all over the place, Brandon Carter. But I underwent myself this 35-pound transformation and came up with a system because I couldn't do what he did. I mean, he's old super fitness young dude, you know, and I was like, you know, I needed the real 50-year-old man, real life. I got kids, I got shit to do, plan how I could really lose this weight. Because I'm not one for excuses. I do what I got to do, so I needed results. So I came up with this plan and I made it happen. We'll get into that a little deep, a little bit later in the plan program. But what we want to talk about is the problem, just weight loss in general, the problem we're facing. And then I'm gonna help y'all figure out how to get to that and deal with that problem. So Sporty did a little research, and Sporty's got some experience because she's been doing some stuff with me. So we're gonna let her start with some facts and some other things. So Sporty, give them what you got.
Well, you know, for starters, you know, it's not just about you know, you wake up one day and say, okay, great, I'm going to lose weight. You know, you didn't gain all that weight overnight, so you're not going to lose it overnight. So that's the first thing people need to realize. You know, it's just like people have drinking problems, just like people have drug problems. You know, we have eating problems. And you eat out of emotions, you eat out of frustration. You know, there are different reasons why you overeat and decide to put weight on you. Go ahead, KiKi, I'm listening.
I'm an emotional. Hi, my name is KiKi, and I'm an emotional eater.
Hello, KiKi.
While we're on that, just let me interject. So there was a study done, and in this study, they gave people pre-sweetened drinks, and then they gave people non-flavored or non-sweetened drinks. And the study was interesting. They put these people under these stressful conditions. They gave them these oral stress tests. They gave them more stressful situations to deal with, not oral like you oral. And stress, like, and they also gave,
how stressful is that?
No,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and then they also actually did EKGs on them. And the people with the sugary flavored drinks, whatever it is, there was a chemical that's produced that the sugary people felt less stress when they had the sugary stuff. So it controlled the stress better than the non-sugary pre-sweetened drinks, thus concluding that comfort food with sugar and other stimulants, that satisfies that need. So just understanding that is part of the battle too. We don't want to just gravitate because we feel like eating. We need to understand that stress puts us in that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I have another admission. Not only am I, not only am I an emotional eater, because see, I'm gonna be completely transparent since I'm, you know, I'm not.
Do the
I'm also other than being an emotional eater, you know how they say you're supposed to eat to live and not live to eat. I actually live to eat. I enjoy food. Food makes me really, really happy. If I have some food and it's not good, it can ruin my mood. But I don't know how to stop. And then I'm one of them people that I'm going to eat it all the way to the end. I'm not going to, if you know how you get full and it's always like the last 2 or 3 bites that you know you should leave, but you don't.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm sitting there till I'm sick and full up to my eyeballs, ready to bust. That's me.
All right. So keep that, because we want to address all these conditions. We want to address people that eat because of stress. We want to eat because people like you that eat just because they just like eating, you know, even though that's a concept that's going to make it very difficult for you to maintain at some point. I just need you to know that.
I know. There's only so much genetics and muscle memory going to do for me.
But I want to interject one more thing, and then Sporty, holler at me so we don't come off of yours. I want to get right back to you. But I want to just say one thing too. So because this is an interesting fact about why Sporty mentioned that it doesn't happen overnight. You know, you don't just gain the weight overnight. And for me, I was in my prime 20 years ago. Most of you guys listening may be in that same age group where you were in your prime 20 years ago. I got some interesting facts here. 2 slices of pizza 20 years ago had 500 calories. Today, 850 calories. So you eat the same pizza you thought you was eating, and you're getting 350 more calories today. I'm gonna explain why in a minute.
Wasn't the way we process, we're breaking it down.
It's the additives and everything else, and what we're adding to it for flavor, primarily sugar too. I mean, now that we got Cokes and all these other sugary drinks in our diet that were introduced back in the 40s and they started becoming so popular. Now, you know, like if you drink coffee and eat a donut, that the donut offsets the coffee. So it's like you shouldn't even put sugar in the coffee because it ain't sweet no more. Well, it's the same thing when you're drinking sugary drinks all the time and sweetened stuff all the time. Well, the ketchup got to be a little bit sweeter for you to taste the ketchupy flavor now because you done drank Cokes with it all the time because now it comes with a Coke. It ain't just ketchup. So all of these things have gone. And when I mentioned that, this is a big one. Spaghetti used to be 800 calories for a plate of spaghetti. What is it now? I mean, no, 500. I'm sorry, 500 calories. Take one guess at what it is now, and then we'll move on, Sporty.
700.
700 from 5. What do you think, Kiki?
950.
1,025 calories. 1,025
Really?
calories. So that's double. You're getting double the calories for the same meal. So that's another thing that we need to take into consideration. I'm setting you guys up for one thing, to understand that education is going to be the first thing that you have to do. Weight loss, health, all of this shit. With all the battles we fighting with these companies that are throwing shit at us, trying to get all of these foods, trying to stretch the dollar, we need to understand they're putting these cheap ass, sugary ass additives that put calories on us, not just affecting our weight, but our health. Diabetes is up. All kinds of diseases are up because of this obesity and this weight. So we need to do something, because these last years of our lives, these next whatever you got, 20, 30, 40, we can make them a whole lot better if we do this right. So what you guys, well, let's get back to you. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, not even though that you said that, it was so funny how you mentioned the different statistics about, you know, the different foods and things. And, you know, I used to be an emotional eater. You know, every time I would get upset or get mad, I'd go cook something, make a full 3-4 course meal and eat it up. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to emotionally eat no more. I'm going to start taking care of myself, eat healthier. But what I was not doing was drinking the proper things. So you mentioned Coca-Colas and things like that. I wasn't drinking that. I don't drink pop. You know, I might have some ginger ale on occasion. I don't even drink that anymore. But check this out. My favorite addiction that I used to have, my Starbucks, my favorite drink, white chocolate mocha venti. Yes. How many calories do you think that is, Kiki?
I don't want to know, because I drink the tall white chocolate mocha.
I know.
I don't want to know. See, this is the stuff I don't want to know. Okay, but tell me, because somebody else might need to know it.
White chocolate mocha venti is our favorite drink. 1,738 calories per cup.
So that means that I can't eat. I just got to have my cup of Starbucks. I can't eat nothing else.
That was it. I was drinking that every single morning, every day. I didn't care. That was my thing. I didn't realize it cost that much. A mocha from Dunkin' Donuts, for those of you who are those fans, 990 calories per cup. The medium cup.
Just call it 1,000 calories. You drink one of them frosty ass, whether it be Frappuccino or hot, you're getting 1,000 calories when you get all of the super duper. And I understand, I'm guilty. I love coffee. I was a vanilla latte guy, but I started to wean off. I still like vanilla lattes, but I get half the pumps of vanilla. That's going to cut down the sugar. And I don't get it in the morning. And I'm going to talk to you.
The pumps can never be good.
Huh? Oh, no, it's excellent. It's excellent. You know, you just from my standpoint, I want as little pumps as possible, because if
I want as many pumps as possible. I'm sorry.
If I'm taking pumps, I don't want none. So anyway, but yeah. But the calories, the liquid calories are very important to count because we miss those. Half the time we don't think about the liquid calories. Now, I get it. I get it. They got 0 calorie Coke and 0 calorie this and 0 calorie that.
But the sugars.
I'm not going to really speak to all of these sweeteners and all. I say that if you use something that ain't sugar, it should be stevia plant. But I'm not an advocate of all these other poisons that they use. These sweeteners, even though they ain't got no calories, they killing you all kind of other ways. Trust me, I wouldn't fuck with that. I would either just do sugar. If you want some, you just do the sugar. I would just do the sugar and moderate it. Make sure that you control your sugar intake if you have to do the sugar. Also, my kids, they eat sugar for some things. I'm going to give you guys, I don't have it with me now, but I can tell you the right sugar. They got some pure cane sugar that's not processed. It's better. The rawer it is, the more pure it is, the better. Just look at that. The more pure it is, the better.
Well, one of the things, you know, and for those of you that are just joining us here, this is Playing Devil's Advocate, usually hosted by Ms. KiKi, but today she has turned it over to her co-host, the Rob Carter, who is doing a fantastic job. And today we are talking about health and wellness. And we're educating you on some things about your health and your wellness and giving you some statistics on what your caloric intake is for beverages and for foods, what it was then, what it is now, the admissions on how some of us have been emotional eaters and how we either eat to live or live to eat. So, you know, hey, this is a safe space for us here, and this is how we roll, you know. And like you were just saying, Rob, about the sugars and all, you know, I'm allergic to aspartame, which is one of those horrible poisons that is a sugar substitute. I cannot have it. It triggers migraines for me, and it makes me sick instantaneously. I mean, from a piece of chewing gum to whatever it's in, I cannot have it at all. So I have to moderate what I put in my system. If I'm going to have something, you know, I can't drink Crystal Light, you know, as a beverage. If I'm going to drink some juice, I have to cut it with water, you know, and drink an even smaller amount or not at all. So, you know, you have to find a balance and know what your body is telling you if it's going to work for you or not. You know, like you were saying.
I have a question because, you know, I'm listening as a listener, right? And so it's always interesting to watch it. I get to ask a question. Yeah. So my question is that I know that there are a lot of people who are probably going to say this. Every time someone wants to lose weight, everybody is always trying to totally, completely change drastically the way a person eats. And, you know, we all know that most diets fail because people don't stick with it. Just like, you know, the New Year's resolutions, I'm going to start with it. People never finish it because it's so drastic. How do you combat that from it being so drastic? You mentioned something about weaning yourself off a few pumps, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right.
Can I answer that question first, Rob?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be just as transparent as I can about that on this. You know, and I'm a cushy person. That's our word for plus size or large people. I'm a cushy person, you know, and the majority of my friends, you know, or my close friends or family, you know, take, for instance, my co-host here. I'm the cushiest out of all of us. Rob looks fit and in physical great shape. KiKi looks fit and in physical great shape. So if they sit here and tell me, oh, well, I've changed my eating lifestyle and all of that, I will look at them like, well, what's that supposed to mean to me? You know, the average person who looks like I do, you know, but it's not a diet that you're going through. That's not what's going to do it for you. It's a complete lifestyle change. You have to make it up. It all starts up here. When you make up your mind that you want to take care of this, then that's how you begin to change. It's not okay, so I'm only going to eat, you know, salad and drink water for the rest of my life. No. Words like moderation come into play. Things like looking at what's read the labels on what you're eating, you know, see what's in your food that you're eating and do a lifestyle change. You can still eat what the hell you want to eat. You just have to know how to eat it and when to eat the food. Rob, what do you say?
So here's my thing. I'm not big on sacrifice. You hear any of my teaching, those of you that start to follow me and hear me talk, I ain't talking about sacrifice. I believe I'm supposed to enjoy every minute of my life, particularly because I got less living to do than I've already lived. And I don't believe God put me here to fucking sacrifice. I mean, you go down there and be miserable, and then you get some more shit that you don't know what's coming whenever the fuck when it comes. I ain't going for that. No, I'm gonna enjoy what I got because I know this. So I'm not asking nobody to sacrifice. I wasn't gonna sacrifice. I needed to lose weight though. I wanted to lose 35 pounds. I needed to lose 35 pounds because if I was gonna be up speaking in front of people, I would be traveling around from city to city to city to city. I need to be in physical shape and I need to look good because I like women. I like women to like me, and I want to be sexy when I'm on stage. And whatever. Yeah, no, you didn't know? You couldn't tell? You couldn't
Ladies
tell?
and gentlemen, don't forget Rob Carter is always signing autographs on the weekends at the Mandalay Bay. So check him out.
I'm just being real. No, I'm just being real because I need people to understand you have to embrace something. It has to be a reason. There has to be an emotion tied to it bigger than, you know what, I want to lose weight because I need to fit in this dress. Or I want to lose weight because somebody else lost weight or somebody looks at me like I'm heavy. That shit ain't going to get it. You're going to quit and you're going to have, it ain't going to be with it. But when you say, you know what, I'm embracing me and what I need for me, I need that for me. So now I'm like, how do I do that without sacrificing? My brother, when you look at him, second part of this is I hang with his ass and I don't get the attention. I can't do that. I need attention. He get all the fucking attention now. So all of these things drives me, you know what I'm saying, to look better. So anyway, I said, this is what I'm gonna do. I can't take my coffee black. I just can't. I'm a vanilla latte guy, but when I took it down, I could take it with half the pumps. I still need real milk. I can take it with real milk, and I'm gonna do that when I get it. It don't have to be that sweet. And when you start cutting the bad shit out, like the sugar, that's one thing. You have to start reducing your sugar. When you see where it is, it's funny. I don't eat ketchup no more, and it ain't because ketchup is so great. The first couple of weeks of my program, I cut this shit out, and it never came back. When I start losing the weight, no, you just lose a taste for it. Now when I get to desserts and shit, I baked me a sweet potato, not a yam, a sweet potato, a real one, sweet potato. It's not as dark and orange. You ever say, oh yeah, it's not orange, but it's a sweet. I baked that and I ate sweet potato. That shit tastes like dessert. It was so good because
I do that with the sprinkle a little cinnamon on it.
Yeah, but I'm not all sugared up, so things taste a whole lot better. And you don't need all the additives when you just go through that withdrawal for that short period of time. And then now it's hard for me to eat enough to stop losing weight because your body is trained to do something else now.
So what you're saying is kind of what I say to some of my clients. If your why is too small, your how is going to seem too big.
That's correct.
Yes.
That is way correct. That's because here's the deal, and you have to face this. If the small change, the small sacrifice, if I tell you in 2 weeks, I can get you started, and in 4 weeks, I can change you into a whole new habit. If it's not strong enough to get you through 4 weeks, then you ain't gonna do it. It ain't worth it. You're comfortable with what you are. You saying you want to be healthier, you saying you want to be lighter, but you don't. Because if you can't get through 4 weeks, you get through 4 weeks of anything. You see what I'm saying? And this 4 weeks
I hope that's true. Because I got to spend a long time in Guadalajara.
You get through 4 weeks of anything. And then after that 4 weeks, you start weaning back some normal shit. But what you need to understand is what foods do to you. What the food does when you put it in your body. And
it's so weird.
It makes you feel good. It makes you do this. But how does it do? When I eat, so people talk about calories. Let me talk about calories real quick. And then I want you to
talk about calories though, Rob, because that's a whole lot of information in a short amount of time.
No, it ain't. It ain't, because it's two simple things about calories. Check it out.
No. Before you get to the calories, because I want to make sure that we didn't lose anybody. I want to make sure that everybody is still on.
Okay.
So the first step basically is to make the decision, the command decision that you want to make a change, and you need to discover that your why, how big your why is. If your why isn't big enough, then the how is going to seem enormous. So if your why is too small, your how is going to be too big. Okay. So once you know what it is, then you start to do what? What is the next step? Once I decide I'm going to do this, I'm committed, my why, because I'm tired of Chan getting all the looks, or I can't fit my shoes. That's the actual reason why I lost weight before, is that my shoes started to get too tight. And I said, to hell with this. I'm not going to have to get rid of my shoes. So that was a good enough reason for me. So I figured that out. That's my why. Now what do I do?
Now you find out the most strategic way to fit your lifestyle, to modify your lifestyle the way it works for you, so that you can eat the way that'll be beneficial for your body. All right. Okay. And it's just that simple. Now, I recommend stuff. Yeah, not a diet.
Yeah, diet. Diet.
Here's the thing. Diet is like menu. It's synonymous to menu. This is your fucking menu. Your diet is what you eat, period. My diet is what it is because that's what I chose to eat. So let's not fuck the word up, but it's not a diet. It's not a thing, because you will do this for the rest of your life. Because I do this for the rest of my life. I will never be overweight again, because it's just impossible if I continue to eat the way I eat. Okay. And yeah, I went to the Cheesecake Factory the other week and had my banana cream cheesecake with my brother's birthday when he was here. You know, I had pizza with the girls when they do fucking movie night. So I still eat snacks and shit, but I know what the snacks do. So I know how to regulate it. I know when to eat it and how to do it. And that's the key, the education.
It's so complicated.
So you learn. Huh?
It just sounds so complicated. I'm acting like everybody else, and I'm playing devil's advocate. It just sounds so complicated.
All right, so let me go first step. First step I want you to do is change when you eat. First thing you do is change when you eat. Eat the same thing you eat, just change when you eat. Can you do that? If I ask you,
okay.
If I ask you to just cut out breakfast and eat lunch and do whatever you do after lunch, can you do that?
So when you say breakfast, that means no coffee?
You can drink coffee, no sugar in it. I don't want you to take no calories in. Now here's the rationale. Your body is fasting from the last time you ate. When you ate at night, whatever time that was, you say it was 8 o'clock. You ate at 8 o'clock. Your body processes that food. Let's say all the carbs burn up within 3 hours. And then the other shit you got does this work, you know. But the carbs is what runs your body. That's where the energy comes from. It's going to be gone in 3 hours. So now your body is running off of what? Stored fat. That's all fat is energy. What your body does is just like your car, the reserve tank. Whatever the tank fills up, it goes in the reserve. The thing with our body is your reserve tank stretches. It'll stretch till it's fucking dragging along the motherfucking road. And that's the problem we have. We put in so much energy and we don't use it. We put in more calories than we burn. And over time, it just keeps storing and storing and storing. Every 3,500 calories turns into a pound. So every time you eat 200 calories more or 500 calories more, boom, pounds are just slowly going. So 5-10 years later, you 20, 30, 40 pounds overweight and you ain't see it coming. So we need to understand that concept. So with that said, you change that, you don't eat till lunchtime. You're going to be fine. Trust me. No matter how hungry you feel the first few days, you're going to be fine because your body got so much stored energy. You ain't going to die. And it ain't going to be eating muscle. Or if you fast, it's going to go to you got too much fat to get to the muscle. Trust me. It's going to go to get that, not you.
I know. I'm joking. I was like, no, you're right. I do. Yeah.
It ain't going to get to the muscle. And the muscle it's not even stringent enough. Plus, it takes 48 hours before your body starts to turn and go for muscle and break it down and try to hold the energy. So that's all energy. It's supposed to get burned. So we got to figure in our mind, look, I'm going to burn some of this little by little. Can you do that? If I wait till lunchtime, I know that when I wake up, all the calories I burn from the time I wake up to the time I eat again, all come from fat. Whether I run, walk, sleep, watch TV, just living, it all is going to be burning fat. Now, if you knew that, I just waited 5-6 hours before I ate, I could burn some more fat. Would you do it? Is that worth it? Is that work? You ain't got to change nothing you eat. Just do that. Okay? All right, you can do that. You can do
it. It might not be pleasant for everybody around me, but I can do it.
No, because look, after the first few days, you'll be fine. Your body will readjust. It'll know that that's when you're gonna eat, and you'll be fine. It's scientifically proven. It shifts your fucking insulin levels out. Everything starts to level out. Your body works better. Okay. You didn't change nothing you ate. Now I'm gonna ask you to do one more thing. I'm gonna ask you to have your last meal typically the same time you have your last meal. Can you do that? So all you did was cut out breakfast. I didn't say move breakfast. You just cut out breakfast.
So I'm having lunch and dinner.
And whatever you generally do. If you snack, right? Whatever you do the same thing you do. Can you do that? Because you realize that if you eat lunch, then you're going to be satisfied in your normal lunch, and you do what you normally do, you're going to be all right. But you just cut out at least whatever your breakfast was. If that was 500 calories, or if it was that mocha choker, now you just cut out, 1,000 plus breakfast, plus the donut or the croissant or whatever else. You just cut 1,500 calories out of your diet. All you did was gave up breakfast. That's all I want you to do, though. Okay. If you did that, you wouldn't gain no more weight for sure, and you would probably start losing. It's just that simple, and that's not tough. That ain't complicated. You see what I'm saying? Start like that.
But doesn't that fly in the face of everything that they taught us growing up?
Of course it does. Yep. Of course it does. But they teach you what they want you to know. They want you to buy food. They want you to get fat, because then they want to sell you diet pills. And then they want to sell you the medicine for being overweight. Then they want to treat the fucking conditions for being overweight. Of course they do.
Okay. Well, you know what I want? I'd like a drink. I'm thirsty.
I need to talk about food. You're telling me that I can't have no goddamn breakfast. And I love my oatmeal shit now. Hell.
Well, at this point, I'm parched, and I think we need a drink. What do you think, KiKi?
All right.
Y'all want a drink? I'll give you a drink. I'm mad at Rob.
Don't be mad.
But I just cut 1,500 calories out of your diet.
I'll get out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just, you know what? I'm getting cranky already thinking about some.
I should say it ain't even breakfast time yet. Are you cranky now? Before tomorrow's breakfast meal.
I told you once before, I can do it. It just ain't gonna be good for the home team. So it's fine. I just gonna have to stay somewhere away from people so bad things don't happen to me, because then they gonna do bad stuff to me. They're gonna get mad at me. All right, so let's find out what Cousin Chan came up with for our drink of the week. Is it going to be healthy? Is it gonna make me feel all nice and well inside? Well, let's find out, shall we? Tonight's drink of the week is brought to you by our producer, Cousin Chan. Cousin Chan, take it away.
Hey everybody, tonight's drink of the week is a skinny mimosa light. Tonight we're going to use 2 ounces of light orange tangerine juice, 4 ounces of champagne, and a freshly juiced orange. We're going to use about 2 ounces of that. And all we're going to do with this is add all the ingredients in a tall glass with ice, stir, then garnish with a fresh orange rind. And there you have it, a skinny mimosa light. All right, guys, be safe, enjoy, drink responsibly. I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Well, I just had some straight up orange juice with pulp and some champagne.
I had me some something to drink out of my fancy new custom glass.
Let me sip this.
By the glam goddess herself. All right.
I'm gonna sip my skinny mimosa, see how it tastes.
Pinkies up.
It's not bad, Soror, not bad at all.
All right.
All right. So now that y'all had y'all sips and drinks, I want to ask. We're gonna go ahead.
For those of you guys who just may be joining us, this is Playing Devil's Advocate. I was your host, Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur, but I am stepping back out of the way for Be Well, for your well-being. And this show is being brought to you by none other than the Rob Carter with a wonderful assist from Sporty Spunky Angel. I'm going to get out their way, but in the meantime, meet me in the interactive chat room. Chop it up, ask your questions in there, post to our Facebook wall at facebook.com/playing devil's advocate, or send us a tweet at PDA_Miss KiKi, and I'll make sure that I force them to get your comments on air. All right, I'm going back in my hole so they can take care of the business at hand. Take it away, Rob.
All right. So we just cut 1,500 or so calories out of her diet by just eliminating breakfast. And we also improved the way your body will function. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about that. I've got some information I'm sending y'all to which you can download for free that'll give you all the details. But now let's go to step 2. Now we know that we can regulate our intake in this little window of time now. You're going to cut out breakfast, and let's just say 8 hours for guys and let's say 10 hours for women. Okay? Because the more interaction that I've had with folks that have been doing this successfully, it appears that there's some hormonal imbalance that women have where they need a few more hours of food or something. I don't know. But yeah. So and I just threw that out because y'all always jumping on me. But no, a lot of them have been successful with 8 hours, but a lot of them take 10. So if you start at 11 or noon or whatever, use 8 to 10 hours and you can eat in that period and you limit your intake to that period. And again, you can start by eating what you eat and then start educating yourself. I've got grocery lists and I tell you what foods do. And as you start understanding what they do to your body and how your body reacts, then you'll start to make the adjustments. You know what I'm saying? You'll start to feel better and you'll start to see the weight dropping off. Sugar is going to be the first one. But now we need to know how much we burn. Even if we do that, let's say we cut those meals. What if we still taking in too many calories? You know what I'm saying? And we still adding to the reserve tank. So now we figured out that, you know what? I really don't need that much food. I still got 8 hours, 10 hours during the day I could eat. Maybe I should eat a little bit smarter because you can eat a bunch of shit you like and fill up like vegetables. I love these vegetables. I kind of like stir fry them. I put all this shit in there. Let me tell you a real cool thing about vegetables. They carbs, but they got hardly no calories. So many of these motherfuckers, and they burn fast. They fucking burn through the process in like 30 to 45 minutes versus 3 hours with the other sugary, carby, bread, starchy shit. So now that's taking 3 hours before you can get back to the fat burning. This shit's taking 45 minutes and it only gives you a fraction of the calories. Damn, that's some smart shit there. Then they got cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower and that kind of stuff. Those motherfuckers have a thermogenic property to them. They kick off some shit where it takes more calories to burn those, to digest them, than the normal shit. So you throw that in that mix.
Now you know you're gonna have to go back to that word because keep giving you that look like I'm gonna need you to go back to that word, say it again, and break it down.
Cruciferous.
Yes, I'm a word lady. Give it to me again. Cruciferous.
Cruciferous.
Okay. Go ahead.
Cruciferous. Anyway, it has a thermogenic property to it. So if you ate spinach, the same amount of spinach, the same amount of broccoli, and you sit down and watch the movie, you ain't been to the gym, you just watched the movie, you would burn more calories burning off that broccoli than you would burning off that spinach. That's all I'm saying. It's about strategy. This is how I got there. I was like, you know what? I need all the help I could get. I want an unfair advantage wherever I can. I need to be kicking this weight in the ass. So I started researching these foods. You eat like that, it ain't that much punishment. I spice it up. I put jalapenos. It's some good shit. I'm just chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? You spice it up. You do what you got, but you burning fat like a motherfucker. Now you staying full and you cut off, take that instead of the rice. You could do like 2, 3, 4 servings of vegetables for this much rice. 100 calories, you know, in a handful of rice, you may have 45 calories in 2 servings of these vegetables. You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely what that was one of the biggest things that I needed to get rid of, because I love jasmine rice with anything. I could eat it all day, every day. And I had to cut that out. That was like giving up a lung or something.
But jasmine rice is bad?
Rice in general is I mean, it's not bad. It's calories, you know. That's all. At the start, you got to be wise. Once you hit your goal, then you start to see. Like me, I eat whatever I want. We got plenty of jasmine rice right downstairs. There's an Asian lady, but I couldn't eat it then. I could eat it.
Did you call your wife the Asian lady?
Yeah. So she cooking up pots of rice all the time. I got to stay away from. But I eat it now, you know, because I can. You have to get to the point where you can. Like right now, I'm burning more calories than I want. I can't keep up. So I'm putting shit back in. And that's where you want to be. You want to be so smart about eating that you know you safe wherever you go. It's about education, not really sacrifice. 4 weeks, yeah. But when you see 15 pounds come off or whatever, 20 pounds come off, you're going to be like, yeah, you know what? This shit, I got to do this. I got to be smart because now I'm on my way. And if I could do this and then
you ain't going back.
Yeah, I ain't going back. Ain't going back. Oh my God, you ain't going back.
So let me take, you know, I like to break it down for them so in case they're losing it. So you discover what your why is. Cut out breakfast. Then make sure that I get smart about what foods actually work. And cruciferous vegetables would be very good.
Yes.
You know, those would be like cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower, things of that nature.
In that family. Yep. It's a family.
And stay away from rices. Jasmine, yellow, white, brown.
Now let me tell you another one.
Wild.
Let me tell you what I did, dude. I love potatoes, and rice just started to fall in, but I love me some potatoes. I had to exit all though. I exited all. When I was on it, I was on grind down, lockdown. I ate lean meats and vegetables. I had salmon and vegetables. I had chicken and vegetables. I had tuna steak and vegetables. I had steak and vegetables. I had lean proteins and vegetables. And then I ate, when I broke my fast, I ate Greek yogurt, blueberries, raspberries, almonds, shit like that all have properties that help me. Check out these blueberries, raspberries, and shit. They got a property that change fucking white fat cells into brown fat cells. Now, what does that mean? Brown fat cells help fucking fat burn.
Well, I'm going to die if I eat raspberries.
But eat blueberries.
Okay.
But I'm just telling you, these have properties, though, that change bad white cells into fat burning brown cells.
That brings me to another point.
Huh?
That brings me to another point. For someone like me, who is allergic to half the universe. Okay. How difficult does it make it for me to make this shift, you know, it so, you know, so easily? For example, I mean, you're mentioning things like raspberries. I'm allergic to raspberries. I don't know what the deal is with like coconuts and people, you know, use mushrooms like shiitake and those big. I'm allergic to all that stuff. You said cut out ketchup, not a big deal. I'm allergic to tomatoes. So I can't do the sunshine tomatoes and all that other stuff. And, you know, you talking about spaghetti. I'm like, yeah, that don't bother me. I don't eat spaghetti. So, you know what I mean? I don't eat spaghetti like that. So for me, I'm allergic to a whole lot that will, I don't know. How does that work?
What do you eat now?
I eat a lot of meat.
A lot of meat.
I have to have meat with every meal.
So here's the first thing. First thing is, bam, you good because protein you want. Protein, see, you'll learn this too. How likely is what you eat to end up as fat? Protein takes 5 different calorie burning processes to end up as fat. So it's not likely that protein will ever make it to fat, okay? So that's good. Protein is good. You want to lean it out though. You know, get off of the fatty proteins and get into the lean proteins. So you're going to lose a little flavor because you're going to lose a little fat with the frying. Okay, so just know that. So stay away from the fatty proteins.
Tell me what a fatty because talk to me like I'm stupid. I know what you're talking about.
So a fatty protein.
And I don't know what you're talking about.
A fatty protein is like the fried chicken with the skin on it. It's gonna be fatty. Hamburger, very fatty. Even though they got the lean ground meat now, very fatty. Anything that produces a lot of oil and grease, fatty. You know, the lean meats are gonna be your fishes, your chicken breast. Even like a chicken thigh is fatty, you know, versus a chicken breast. So that's what I mean by the lean proteins. For me, I did more fish than anything. I mean, I started to get in love with this because after salmon, these thick like mahi-mahis and tuna steaks and all, you flavor them up. They were good. They had more texture, you know, red snapper, all fishes, seafood is really good. It's all lean. Pork loin for people that like pork. Pork loin is still pretty lean. So you can.
That's a private joke. We were talking about loin the other day, and I was like, "What's a loin?" And Sporty told me what a loin was. I was like, "It's a good thing I don't eat those."
Yeah, but the lean cuts of the meat. Okay. And any meat is cool. The lean cuts of the meat, and there are some very lean meats themselves. You know, they make ostrich burgers, all kinds of shit nowadays. All of these lean type meats, if you want alternatives. Now, what else do you eat? Since you said you're so allergic to stuff, what do you eat for your starches and your vegetables?
I love potatoes. I love rice. I love bread. I love vegetables.
So if you love vegetables, let's start there. Don't worry about specific vegetables. Eat the same ones you eat. It's going to be fine. You don't have to be on the same rapid plan I was on because I knew I was going to be running with my brother quickly. So I was trying to get every advantage I could. Just eat the vegetables because you need the fiber, and that's going to be great for you. And you need to be filling up on, you know, things that aren't so, you know, calorie dense. You know, you could get more for the money, you know, more for what you want. You fill up and just eat away. So the vegetables are good. And I'm going to ask you, if you got to eat a potato, make sure it's a sweet potato.
I like baked sweet potato. I do that a lot.
And don't add all the shit to it. Just add the cinnamon. Cinnamon is also good. Cinnamon does some good stuff. I add cinnamon to everything, to my coffee, everything, because cinnamon also has this little fat burning stimulant thing. Same with same with cayenne pepper and all these other things. Everything I can add, I do to reduce.
I think the reason why I have not, because a lot of people, you know, like we were talking, I don't know if we were talking before the show or it's right as the show aired, and I said something that's only so much that muscle memory and genetics gonna do for me. And I think a lot of it has to do with that, as I'm listening to you, to do with the fact that I'm balancing out all the bad crap. Because I love cayenne pepper. I sprinkle it on stuff. I actually drink cayenne pepper with lemon and hot water. And I love cinnamon. You know what I mean? It's just all these other things that I'm doing unknowingly. And some of us may also be doing it as well. So pay attention. They're asking in the chat. They're saying they already asked what kind of fish. They said no pork chops. They say you do lamb chops. They said frozen or fresh veggies.
Now here, a veggie is a veggie. Now, of course, fresh vegetables are going to be much better. But look, my lifestyle, I got kids. I got to get them up for school. I got work. I do all this. I can't be chopping up vegetables and going fresh. But I got frozen vegetables. The mixed ones, I mix 2 or 3 of them in the pan together. I season them up and I just keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So frozen vegetables are what I use. If you got time, I would say, you know, fresh vegetables will be better. Of course, you're going to get your Woosah folks in there saying, because I know if like the nutritionist is getting on me, if she's listening, she's going to tell me that this should be organic. You know, none of that is what I did when I did it. I mean, I'm changing and tightening up a little bit more now. But bottom line, I use frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables are fine. Vegetables are vegetables.
Okay. As long as it's
vegetables are vegetables. You know, and
not the GMO ones, not the GMO ones.
Yeah,
remember, guys, I taught you guys how to know which is GMO, which is organic, and which is naturally born by how do you tell on the numbers. So go back and listen to that show.
Right. And I mean, you know, you start where you are. You got to start with your diet. I mean, I can't tell y'all what you can afford to buy. And I can tell you, though, you can afford to be lean because they got an inexpensive version of everything. But as you get better and better, and you start to wean down, and you get better. When you know better, you do better. You know what I'm saying? But one thing we missed.
Okay.
At some point, you have to find out what it takes to run your body. How much gas you really need, because you got to stop taking in more gas than you burning. You got to stop that at some point. No matter how much you like to eat, no matter how much you did, you got to know what it takes, or else you're going to defeat the purpose. You could be just a healthy motherfucker that's getting bigger. You see what I'm saying? You could be offsetting some of it, but you're still going to be getting bigger if you're taking in more than you burn it. So there's a link in this download. I've got a download that I'm going to let all you guys have free. My whole program, how I did this, it explains everything. It's at ifxweightloss.com. I'll give you that address again, but it's ifxweightloss.com. You just put your email address in, and it'll give you, the download is free. It gives you a website, a link you can go to. You put in your stats, your body type and weight. It asks you these questions, and it's a free website, and it'll tell you what it takes to burn, what it takes to run your body. Now that's a gauge, it's a generalization. I wear a Fitbit. I got a Fitbit watch here. I recommend that if you really get into it, or once you really get into it, you get something so you know exactly what you burn. That'll help. And then if you do that, you could join the Fitbit community with me and challenge me on shit, and I can whoop your ass on steps and everything else.
I'm gonna add you.
Do that.
Ooh, let's all do that. Let's all do
that. We got a big
fun.
Somebody challenged me today. I mean, actually on Monday, for the whole week. You may not know her, but Sporty does. Angie Brown. She was our resident fitness expert. You know, when we did our fitness show way back a couple years ago, and she challenged me. And she's averaging like 20-some thousand steps a day. I'm like, bitch, go sit your ass down somewhere. Like, what?
Yeah, I got some dude doing like 60,000, some whatever. I told him, I said, you be putting that shit on your dog. He said he didn't. I like, dude, you would be skinny. I told him he lying. So, but I do lose on that. I don't walk as much as I should, but I talk shit every day. So I will be fun to be on with. But I do recommend you get that, because that's going to be another step. It's crucial that you know how much calories you put in it. And then from there, it's just tweaking it. Don't make it hard. Make it something that you're willing to do. You know what I'm saying? Make it something you're willing to do.
So
I just put up a big. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You haven't mentioned anything, because usually people, when they're talking about weight loss, they're talking about, okay, you got to change your eating habits, i.e. lifestyle, and then you have to do some physical activity. You have not made any mention of physical activity. Have I jumped the gun and I should just shut my mouth and then wait for you to get to that part?
Well, everybody that be talking to me is still waiting for me to get to that part. I ain't been in the gym yet. No, I ain't been in the gym yet. I can't lie to y'all. I can't lie to y'all. I have not been to the gym yet. Maybe 2-3 times in the last 6 months. But I ain't been to the gym. I go there most of the time. I've worked out maybe once or twice, but I usually go sit in the whirlpool when I go to the gym, because I'm tired and my body ache. I think.
And now hold on. Let me interject. That face you're making, I'm gonna say this, because we look at Rob. Rob say I ain't been to the gym. Rob's all fit and buff and he looks great or whatever. I started Rob's program. When did you start doing this? About a month and a half ago, like 6 to 8 weeks ago, and gave us the opportunity to participate. So I said, okay, what the hell? And I would participate with this. Within the first 2 weeks of participating with this, I lost 18 pounds the first time I checked in with you, right? It was 18 pounds. And I was sick at the time, but I lost 18 pounds. I was not working out my regular workout at the time either. So for me, your average person, or above average obese person, to lose 18 pounds in a few weeks by skipping breakfast and doing the fasting and, eating the same things and cutting out certain things, that was a plus to me. And then, as I began to continue with my regular regimen of my own workout, and my own plan of doing things, I started to see even more results. So all it did was enhance what it was doing. I didn't have to, but because of what I am working on for what's working for my body and what I am doing for myself and other weight loss things that I'm working with, that just added to the process, you know. And I can report to Rob this week, I haven't told him yet, but I'm reporting to you this week that I am, since tomorrow it'll be 2 weeks, I am 21 more pounds down. So Rob is hearing that for the first time, as well as all of you. I'm 21 pounds more down from being, but that's with me being consistent. It's not a diet. It's, you know, just doing what I need to do for my body.
Okay. So is it really this easy is what I want to know. Is it
No,
really
I'm not
easy?
saying it's easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. To me, it's not easy. It's easy as you want it to be. If you committed to doing it, then it's gonna work for you. If you decide it's gonna be hard, then it's gonna be hard for you. You know, you're the first person to tell us, you know, it is what you make it. So you're either gonna shit or get off the pot. That's really the bottom line.
Here's the deal. All right. Easy is gonna be relative. For me, going to the gym ain't easy because I can't fit it in my schedule because I just haven't prioritized it. You know, I got other shit to do. I want to get to the gym. Also, when I go to the gym, it hurts because my body is beat up and I'm out of shape. So it fucking hurts. I ain't got no range of motion. My back, lower back. I got shit I need to do first. I got problems, and I ain't lying. Y'all got some of y'all know y'all got problems. Sciatic nerve, other shit. You can't touch your toes. You do that shit. You go to the gym and start working out like you did when you was 20. You're gonna be fucked up the next day. And I gotta go to work. I can't do that. So that's still coming. It's on the background. I got folks waiting for me to do that, and I'm doing it. I'm buying more shit to stretch out and do. So I'll be doing that. But so it's not a part of it.
But you know, people would think that you go to the gym, and I don't.
See, all of this shit under here was just here. It was just hidden with titties and fat. Now the titties is gone. It's more chest showing it. You know, now the things is gone. So this has all been there. That was previous workout. So if you ever been an athlete, you can look like this by just losing the weight. On top of the muscles, it's still there. I ain't gonna front. That's what it is. But my point is, it's gonna be because you're gonna be hungry at first because you're thinking about breakfast. Now, when you go to the club and then you wake up late and you drag ass and then you don't eat till 1 or 2 in the afternoon, it ain't no big deal. But when you get up tomorrow and you know, oh shit, I'm supposed to skip breakfast, you're gonna be hungry because it's on your mind. And then when you do that, you see what I'm saying? So those are the things that you're gonna struggle with, you know. Watching these motherfuckers eat donuts and shit in front of you the first few weeks when you still crave shit, because you're gonna crave it. That's the struggle. The struggle is gonna be the cravings for the first 2 to 3 weeks dealing with the eating schedule. So that's why I tell folks what to do to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? You eat, you know, keep you some almonds and some healthy snacks to chop on, and you'll get past it. But that to me ain't difficult if you commit it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But that's the real complicated part. Now, in my job, I usually drive a scooter around because I got to go all around these facilities. I stopped driving the scooter and I walked. That was the only exercise I did change-wise. I got those calories walking. But that brought up other problems like my hip and my back and other shit. That's why I don't work out, because the walking was getting to me. But that's the only thing I did is I upped my walking, which is basically a non-cardio. And I want to talk about that because people are going to go and say, all right, well, I'm going to do me some cardio.
Well, before you do that, let me let everybody know, if you are just tuning in, you are watching Plain Devil's Advocate, hosted by Miss KiKi, for real. But today you are listening to the Rob Carter and myself. We're talking to you about health and wellness today because this is a safe space to talk about health and wellness. You know, we want you to be healthy on the inside and the outside. You know, we know we look good on the outside. We want you to look good on the inside too. So, again, you're tuned in to Playing Devil's Advocate, hosted by Miss Kiki. Doesn't she look fabulous today, guys and girls? If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to join us on our interactive chat room, where they are in there chopping it up right now and talking to us. And if you want to tweet us live, you can do that. You can hit us up at Miss Kiki at PDA_MSKIKI. You can hit at Rob Carter IV on Twitter, and I am Jams86. So, Rob, you were going to talk about, go for it.
Yeah, cardio. So I want to distinguish this too. And this is particularly for people that are seriously overweight, like I was, like some people are. I mean, if you're 20, 30 pounds overweight, in my opinion, you need to get the weight down before you start worrying about exercising. I mean, you should do something. They have this non-cardio exercise, which is called walking or breathing or whatever you do in the day. Do that shit. Living. It's called living, because you burn calories just by being awake. But just move around, walk, do some shit, because as long as you keep your heart rate 114, 115, you're going to be in the fat burning range. When you go up in the cardio, you're conditioning your body. So your body functions differently. I'm not going to get into all the intricate details, but it's not burning fat. You know what I'm saying? It's training. So it uses different energy sources, different chemicals. So it's not really burning fat during that time period. Your fat burning is fat burning. And a lot of people get it confused, but if you just trust the man that designed the machine got fat burning and it got cardio. So obviously they're for two different things. I used to do the fat burning and it would go too fast, and it would tell me it always cut off and shit. I don't know, some of y'all may have done it and it's like, it's too slow, but it cut off. Stay slow with it, because it cut off because he ain't trying to be liable for you not burning fat when you're doing cardio. You stay down there and you do the fat burning. So anyway, okay. Give me some questions. Give me some questions. I want to hit some questions. Unless you got something else. You got something else?
Well, one thing I would, I think we should, one of the questions I keep getting a lot of is, how do you deal with all of these different, like we discussed your program, all of these other weight loss programs and surgeries and things of that nature? What do you say about things like Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig and all of those other things that people use and do?
All of these programs were designed by people, and all of these programs will work for people. I mean, I didn't really design a program. I'm just telling people what I learned about how your body works, and they tailor it to themselves. That's why I think people are a little bit more successful, because it ain't my program. It's just a philosophy of intermittent fasting. And there's some other benefits of fasting, that take place that we hadn't talked about. We specific on the weight loss part, but a person designs it to them. So they're going to be more, the percentage of people that be successful will be higher because they just do their thing. But the people that do Jenny Craig are successful if they have similar lifestyles to Jenny Craig, and it lends themselves to the Jenny Craig thing. And my mom did Jenny Craig and lost a lot of weight, but then she gained it all back. So if you're not eating the meals and doing the things like Jenny Craig does, because it's a routine that you have to continue to do. And people will change their life once they hit a certain goal. And then that's when they fall back, because it's like, that's what it does. Same thing with any of these other programs. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
KiKi?
You were talking about these programs or whatever, and I think I may have tried just about everything. And I know there are gonna be some people who like turn their nose up at me like, Kiki, you ain't there, right? Forget you.
Like I'm looking at you now.
You know my struggle, okay? It's real, all right? So. Because I can, whatever. I told y'all I live to eat, and I'm an emotional eater. So that means if I'm happy, that means if I'm bad, that means all of those things, right? And then the bad thing is I know how to cook, so that's a bad combination. It's good to starve when you don't know how to cook, because then you're like, fuck it, I can't eat, right? But if you can know how to cook, you're like, hell, it's midnight. Let me go and fix some other potatoes. But anyway, I tried the Nutrisystem one, right?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I gained weight on the flipping program. I was so mad. I was like, how the hell do you gain on the damn program? So I quit it. And then I tried Jenny Craig, and yeah, that didn't work. And I tried Weight Watchers, and that didn't work. Nothing seems to work. Herbalife didn't work. But I can tell you what did work for me. I actually, Angie put me on the fast from hell, and it was a 10-day fast. And when I tell you, I wanted to kill her. I wanted to kill the entire world and everybody in it. But I lost so much weight and waste, and it didn't come back right away. Did it take time for me to be able to, bring stuff back into my life? Yeah, absolutely. But it worked. Problem is that I couldn't eat anything that was cooked. I could only eat fruits and vegetables and juice.
Well, you got to wean in because you get diarrhea if you take in the wrong shit.
That wasn't no problem. Well, that was part of the issue, because the first part of the thing, you have to cleanse out your body. So that's a whole other conversation for a whole other day. But and ultimately, at the end of the day, I have found for myself what does work is when there's a drastic change, which is always very difficult for me to maintain without some real accountability.
Yeah, I think the commonality is the fasting aspect, because it's natural. I believe I am 100% sold. My brother's been practicing intermittent fasting for 3 years. He's been eating this way for 3 years, and he's as big and fit as possible. So it ain't got no muscle fucking shit that people be talking about, nothing else. I believe that this is the way we were meant to eat. You got to remember, before we had refrigerators and shit, people had to eat what they killed when they killed it. You would go get it, and that's why your body naturally stores the excess. They would eat it all. You couldn't store it, so you got to eat it all. So the whole little family or tribe, they eat all the shit. They make the clothes because they don't want nothing to spoil. So they eat it all as soon as they could, and they store it until the next time they got a chance to eat. So your body understands how to do what it needs to do until you can eat again. So it purges waste better. It purges bad cells better. It does everything better. It functions much better. I'm more alert and awake with more energy now that I'm fasting, even though I don't sleep well all the time, because I got these crazy schedules. But it may have something to do with your body knows that you need to be alert to hunt if you're hungry. So maybe if you got a certain fasted state, you get more alert. Who knows? But I found that there were a lot of benefits, and I think that might be the commonality. Now, some people practice, 5-2, where they fast for 5 days and eat for 2 days. Some people do what I think this is the most non-intrusive lifestyle change to do. 8 hours, 16 hours, 8 hours, 16 hours. Anybody can implement it. The change is something that you can do consistently, and it's not drastic, and you still get the same benefits. So
here's where I'd like for us to move or segue into next. I'm getting, a few hits here. That's why I keep looking down at my phone about weight loss surgeries.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to put myself on the chopping block here, and I'm going to be open to whatever questions you have, Rob and KiKi. And I'm going to tell people there are 3 types of weight loss surgeries. The least invasive one is called a lap band procedure. They're all gastric surgeries. The lap band is where they go in, they put a band around your stomach, and they put a port inside on your other side. That port is to put a needle to inject saline into the band to tighten around your stomach so that you only have space for 2 to 3 ounces of food, period, to eat at any given moment, to eat or drink. The premise
all
is
day or at one time?
At one time.
So how long do you have to wait before you can eat again?
So you're hungry again, which usually isn't for a couple hours or so. But I'll answer let me tell you the other 2 surgeries, and then I'll answer your questions. The second surgery, which is the intermediate one, is called the gastric sleeve. That's when they go in and they remove half of your stomach and they leave the other half to where it's the size of a banana. And there too, you can't hold any more than 2 to 4 ounces of food. That one is semi-permanent. So half of your stomach is removed from your body and it is gone. And all you have is what you have. And you begin to adjust to life with a half a stomach. The third one, which is the most invasive, is a complete gastric bypass. That is where they cut your stomach and attach your intestine, and you have an even smaller pouch, probably about 2 ounces. And that one is permanent. That's a permanent procedure. And that does a whole lot more work that they go in there and do with your body to help you to lose weight. I have had 2 of the 3 procedures. I started out in what year is this? 16? Mm-hmm. July of 2013 with the gastric lap band procedure. On that, I lost 167 pounds. Mm-hmm. It took some time to lose that amount of weight, but I did it. The procedure that I just had a few weeks ago was the gastric sleeve. That one loses weight a lot faster. And within the few weeks, I have lost, I would say through the whole process, probably about 34 pounds so far. And I'm just beginning my journey with that one. The biggest question that I get, and I'll answer that one first because I get it. No, it is not I don't walk out of the hospital and, all of a sudden the weight just falls off and I don't have to do anything and, all of that. You have to prepare at least a year in advance, especially for your insurance company. You have to learn how to eat. You have to have a psychological visit with a doctor to make sure you're mentally prepared to take this journey. Because it's a complete lifestyle change. And you have to exercise because you don't want excess skin and all kinds of other things that will happen with your body because of the drastic changes if you're not prepared to deal with the changes that your body is going to take you through, So it's not a quick fix because you have surgery. Oh, I had surgery, so I'll just lose the weight. I don't have to do anything. To me, it's a much more difficult process to have the surgery and change your lifestyle and stay within the parameters because there are consequences if you don't follow what you're supposed to do.
That's what I was going to ask you. I've been on this journey with you, right?
Yes, you have.
I remember the first day that she was like, you know what, KiKi, I'm tired, right? We had the conversation that we had. I'm not going to put, on blast about it. But the day you called me, and I'm going to say this because y'all know I say she's emotional. She called me all she-emotional, saying that she was tired. And that's when I knew her why was big. So the how.
I think I was talking to you and Aikisha.
Aikisha, yeah.
Yeah.
Her why was so big, I knew the how was going to seem like this. Now, as an outsider, looking in, watching this, I'm like, that's a whole lot of shit. But guess what? It seemed like that because it wasn't my why, right? Her why. It was her why. So that's why it didn't seem like a lot. I mean, I know there were moments when she was just like, you know what I mean? I want to eat this. Or she's on FaceTime with me and I'm eating some damn chicken and she on a liquid diet. And she's like, bitch, really? You just going to eat that in my face? Stuff like that. But, people think, it's the easy way out. You know what I mean? When you go and you have surgery, they're like, that's the easy way out. Ain't nothing easy about the shit that I've seen you go through. Ain't nothing easy about letting somebody go cut on you and then you got to recover and you still can't eat really. Or you forget that you can't eat this or that much anymore and you're sick and you got to toss your... Ain't nothing easy about that journey. So I want people, and without me getting on my soapbox, I just wanted to say, one, I'm proud of you. And two, you know, people, keep your mouth closed. If you don't know and you haven't seen the journey, don't make judgments. Don't think you know what you're talking about when you have no clue. I had no clue what it took for that journey. And I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could.
Yeah. So if I'm hearing this correctly, and I know I am, it's the same principle. It's just whether you become the lap band or not. When you decide, hey, I'm only going to eat this amount of food because I know that my body needs this amount of food, just become the lap band. Because that's all it is. It regulates how much you can eat. It controls it because it just does it for you. Now, I understand the situation. I know I'm making it seem a lot more basic.
It's a great analogy. It's a great analogy. I was saying that in chat. It's a great analogy. Go ahead.
But, you know, so what intermittent fasting does is it gives you one little advantage because you limit your window of intake. So that automatically limits what you can eat. You can only eat so much if you cut down your time, you know. And trust me, when you start eating as much as you think in that little bit of time, because you just ain't hungry unless you're just trying to. So that's going to help. Then you limit the time, you limit the quantity. Once you understand that you are the lap band right here, then you just deal with it like that. And it's slow. And I mean, I know she's throwing up some big numbers because she's doing both things. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, 18 pounds and 21 pounds, that's not what you're looking at.
Right.
I was doing like 3.5 pounds. I'm doing like 3.5 pounds a week. 3 pounds. 3 pounds. Look at 3 pounds.
Right.
3 pounds. Here's the deal. 3,500 calories. So what I was doing was I was putting myself in a caloric deficit. My goal was 1,000 calories a day. That's what I was trying to do. Eat 1,000 calories less than I needed because I had several 100,000 calories extra that I wanted to get rid of. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at some titties. If you see, I got one picture. I ain't gonna put it out. I got one picture in that thing you're gonna download, and you get to see them titties. I don't. My kid was asking me if dudes supposed to have titties. Dad, we girls, you got titties too? I ain't know guys had titties too. And
I couldn't believe it was you.
I can't deal with it. So it was bad. So anyway, 1,000 calories was my deficit. That's what I was shooting for. I had my Fitbit. It was telling me what I was eating. I mean, what I was burning. And I knew, bam. And I waited. I took a week to figure out what I did in a normal week. And then I kind of gauged it. I wasn't doing all this shit specific, changing up different days. I knew, hey, bam, my average is 2,700 calories a day is what I was burning at my size. I was 215 pounds. You know, I'm 5'11". If you got that, you see what it took. It took 2,700, 2,800 calories to burn per day for me to operate. Anything more than that, 2 or 3 of them fucking milkshakes that she was eating, or them coffee shakes, and I'm fucked, right? I'm gaining weight. So, I mean, yeah, so 2,800. So what I did was, I said, bam, 1,800. That's all I'm going to do is 1,800. I figured out a 400 and a 500. This is my 400 calorie meal. This is my 500 calorie meal. And I was doing them, 400s and 500s. I couldn't conceive that I was only going to eat a couple times. I said, I got to eat 4 times because 4 times I just feel like I'm eating. But I cut them 4 times up into 8 hours. You see what I'm saying? I was eating 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. 10 a.m. to 6 a.m. was what I started. I started with a Greek yogurt, some blueberries, and some almonds. I didn't even add the raspberries right at first. Blueberries and almonds. And I did the Greek yogurt because the way it processes is slow digesting. Yeah. So it carried me. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? You got to think, it carried me. But it only had to carry me 2.5 hours because then I'm going to eat lunch at 12:30. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Then I was eating my chicken and vegetables. Chicken and or my salmon and vegetables. That was a real meal. And I was stocking up on the vegetables because I would do the portion size of protein, but I had vegetables like motherfucker. And I would throw some of this shit away because I was too full. I put tons of vegetables in there because I wanted to make it right. Afternoon, I had another yogurt and blueberries and almonds to last me till the 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Because after I ate that around 3, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit started telling me, oh man, I did that. You know. Then at the end, I ate the same shit, but I meal prepped them. I did it all and I packed them up so they were there. Because that's another killer. When you come home starving and you don't know and you don't have it, you're done, because you're going to grab whatever's there. And you're going to grab some quick shit. It's probably going to be a Hot Pocket or some bullshit that your kid got. You know, I'm just saying. I mean, because you're going to have some bullshit or the dessert or something. You're just going to see it and you're going to eat it.
I made that
Meal
face.
prep.
The phrase "hot pocket" is slang for something else.
Yeah.
So I was like,
so anyway, yeah, but meal prep, yeah, that's cool. Hot pocket, you know, that's great taste, less calories, right? Anyway, you meal prep whenever you can. Meal prep whenever you can. It's important. But that's what I did, and I ate that religiously. I didn't care. I was on a mission. I ate that, and I'm gonna tell you, if you do that, and that's gonna be in there, you will see what I ate. You do that shit. If you could do that for 2 to 3 weeks, you'll have a system. You'll be ready. And then you can start weaning. After a while, one of them yogurt things fell off. Now I only eat twice a day because I want to, just because it just happened that way. You know, I eat around noonish, and then I eat again when I come home. And I'm good. And I can't, how much fucking can I eat? I eat as much as I want because I can't do 900,000 calorie meals. I just can't. They just ain't there. You know?
I see.
So that's the process. It's just that simple. What questions we got? Let's talk to some people. I want to see what you got. Let me answer some stuff.
They're listening. I guess they're taking notes because you just been spitting out information. That's why I had to slow you down and be like, okay, let me make sure.
Okay.
We got
I'm sorry. You know what? I want to do. All right. So
have
why they
one
taking
question?
You're so passionate.
Someone just sent me a question and asked me why did I have 2 surgeries? Why did I have 2 of the 3 surgeries? And the answer to that question is when I originally had the lap band surgery, the port on the inside began to cause me a lot of physical pain. The band was working, but it was hurting me on the inside, and I couldn't take the physical pain anymore. And my doctor told me that, you know, he could remove that one, and then at the same time, you know, in the interim, he would remove that one and do a different surgery so I could continue with my process versus it stopping, you know, completely. Because I didn't like the fit. The one thing I didn't like was once they opened the band back up after my stomach being closed for 2 years like that, and me having a full stomach again, I was not a happy girl. You know, I was hungry, but I couldn't eat because I wasn't used to eating food like that all the time. You know, so it was a very uncomfortable feeling. So to now be back in a place where I'm back to eating 3 to 4 ounces at a time every 3 or 4 hours, I'm happy again, so I'm good. Okay.
Here's a question. Question was, and it was to Sporty about the surgeries. Does which surgery you get depend on how much you want to lose, or do you choose it based on, you know, what's more comfortable for you or feasible for you, meaning your lifestyle? You can't afford to have the downtime that you would if you were having the entire gastric bypass, but you do still need, you know what I mean?
Well,
how does that
work? Lap band surgery, you go home that night. The second one, the one that I just had, you go home the next day. They had me up walking within 2 hours after I came out of recovery. I was walking up and down the hospital hallways. They get you up and moving. It's not about sitting down. Recovery is not like a normal recovery time where you're just, you know, laying around and, you know, yes, your body has to heal. You're not lifting anything or climbing stairs. You're letting your body heal because you got the inside to heal. But you still need to move your body. You still need to be active, you know, begin to start to, you know, continue to move around, get your metabolism going and start to function. The way the surgeries are set up, the least invasive ones are for people who have the motivation to do what they need to do. The more
the discipline
that you do,
it's not about the weight, it's about the discipline.
It's about the discipline.
Okay.
It's about each stage is a disciplinary stage.
So in essence, Rob's analogy was absolutely correct.
Correct.
You know, in terms of how you view this process, how aggressive you're going to be will require minimal, you know, change it, you know, minimal thing on your end. But if you require a little bit more handholding, structure, and, you know, then it's going to be a little bit more aggressive on the other end. So absolutely, I get it. And then also, the better you get at it.
Because see, once you're on them and you can do them, you can cheat on the lap band if you want to. You know, in order to eat more food, all you got to do is drink something on the lap band, because then it'll pass right on through. You know, the premise with all of them is I can't eat. If I were to eat something like right now, I have to wait 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after before I could drink anything whatsoever. And I stay thirsty and like to drink. Like you see, I've been drinking water through the entire show. And because I've been drinking water, I can't eat anything.
That was the next question for you guys. Everybody always talks about the importance when you're talking about weight loss and being healthy and managing. How important is water? And that's for you, Rob.
Yeah, it's very important. You got to drink water. I mean, that's what you made of. That's the biggest thing we got to remember. That's what we made of, water. Every bodily function you have functions better when you're drinking water. I drink water all the time. Part of what I tell people is when you go out to the restaurant and they bring you the water, drink it. Food gets there. It's going to help you eat less and everything else. I mean, just drink the water. Drink water. You need water. You need as much as you can. You can't, well, I guess you can drink too much. You can drown from drinking water if you drink too much. But, you know, so I don't want to say you can't drink too much, but you'll know. Drink as much as you can, whatever you can. And especially if you like me, I like coffee. I'm a coffee drinker. I love coffee. There's certain things that you need to, I mean, it's 2 for 1. If I drink coffee, I have to drink 2 things of water.
Water, yeah.
Because it actually dehydrates you. So you have to understand that too.
Stains your teeth.
Yeah, and it stains your teeth. But
I am about the teeth. Another question for you guys before it's time for our Ask PDA letter, because I don't want to be remiss in that one because it's about tonight's topic. Another question that came in was the psychological portion. Sporty mentioned it when she talked about going and making the decision to do the surgery, the weight loss surgery. A lot of people struggle not just with the physical issue of being overweight and not being healthy as a result of it causing all kinds of problems, diabetes, or they got the sugar, as people call it,
not the sugars,
or they got high blood pressure, or you know, hypertension, as they call it on Good Times, or they have all kinds of issues. Then it starts. Now it's not just internal things; it's external. Now you got arthritis, my knee hurt, my head hurt, I got gout, I got this, I got that. You know, all of these other issues, which can be a mind fuck, you know, in a lot of ways. So how does that factor into all of this, the mind of all of this?
Well, it's all a mind fuck. I mean, honestly, when you are out of sync, you out of sync. You gonna lack confidence. Your shit ain't working. And you start to lack confidence in all the way you used to perform, you start to lack confidence. When people look at you and you know they saying, look at that fat motherfucker over there, you start to lack confidence, depending on who you are. So the bottom line is everybody will struggle when you are not where you want to be. And that's the key. The key is not necessarily looking like me, looking like KiKi, looking like Brandon, looking like anybody. It's looking at where you're comfortable, because, you know, I mean, confidence is what's beautiful. So I don't want people to think that you got to be thin and sexy and all this other shit to be
because this is it right here.
It's some sexy ass big girls. I'm saying, I've seen it because they throw them eyes on you and shit. So anyway, confidence is the key. So wherever you comfortable is the key. So we just need to get you there. And people struggle with that shit. And once you feeling good, you feeling good. Trust me, when you feeling good, you feeling good.
You got
I don't know about accountability, you know.
I don't know how to explain it no other way. But when you start to do this shit, you start to see the weight going off. You start to know that you accomplishing shit. You start to look better. Your clothes start. Look, I did this video. My shit was so fucking far. The clothes, I don't know if you've seen it. I could fold it over. I don't even know if they could take it up. When you start to do that, you start feeling like you the shit.
Okay.
Your confidence comes back. All of those things go away. You be the 19-year-old dude that you were back then. You know, the high school star of whatever you were the star of. You know.
Rob sound like he almost as fine as I am, honey.
Rob, you know what? Rob, he's killing me because he said "explain it." I don't know how to explain it.
That's right. I'm just being real. That's how it is, though.
And that is part of the charm. For ladies and gentlemen, for those of you guys who just may be joining us, this is Playing Devil's Advocate. I am not playing the host today, but typically I am. I am Miss KiKi, the consummate provocateur. I am stepping back today and allowing the Rob Carter to take the controls as we talk about be well, for your well-being. And he has an able assist with Miss Sporty Spunky Angel over there. And we've been talking about ways to lose weight in a different way. I mean, we've talked about how my experience on Weight Watchers and I gained weight on Nutrisystem. You know, we talked about the Jenny Craigs and all that other stuff. And Sporty is, you can share some information with us about her lap band surgery and then the gastric sleeve. And we're looking forward to your questions. But right now, there's one big question that has come through, and that came in the form of our Ask PDA letter. And for those of you guys who are interested in having your letter be read here on our show, you can send us an email at pda_radio@gmail.com. That's pda.radio@gmail.com. And in the subject, put Ask PDA, and we'll respond back to you and let you know when we will feature your letter on our show so that you can pay attention and know that we're talking about you. Because sometimes we had questions and we need to know some things. And if you're not around to tell us what we need to know, we then start making up stuff in our own head and creating scenarios for you. So if you want us to get it right, make sure you pay attention on that email when we hit you back. So I'm going to go ahead and play this disclaimer. We're going to do the Ask PDA letter. We're going to come back for a wrap up, so to speak, because time is flying. All right, time for that disclaimer.
At some point, you will be offended by something said on our show, but Playing Devil's Advocate is meant to be a forum for open, honest, and more importantly, judgment-free dialogue. The opinions expressed here may not necessarily be those of our hosts or the show in general, but we're willing to have the uncomfortable conversations so that we can heal and find solutions for our listeners and quite possibly ourselves. Enjoy the rest of the show.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Oh, truth is, I have this wonderful new compact by the Glam Goddess. And I got my wonderful new haircut by 7. Oh, it's just way too many things, y'all. All right, so let's go ahead and get this letter underway. It is being brought to you by our producer's Drink of the Week. If you haven't had a chance to check out Skinny Mimosa Light, go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Playing Devil's Advocate. Click the link, try out the drink, and let Cousin Chan know what you think. Here we go, guys. Dear PDA, my wife went on a diet about a year ago and lost a lot of weight. The problem now is that she won't quit. Every time I suggest that she stops and put a few pounds back on, she gets angry and stops speaking to me. My wife isn't anorexic, but I have a feeling that she may be headed in that direction. She has no health concerns that either of us is aware of, and when I say anything, she says to me, "You wanted me thin, now I'm thin." Please tell me what I should do before this gets out of control and becomes a serious threat to her health. Signed, She's Gone Too Far. Which one of you guys want to tackle this first?
Go ahead, Rob.
Where do you start?
Huh?
Ladies first, Sporty.
Okay, so the first thing I would say to you is, see what her goal is in it, and then have a committed conversation with her about the health factors about her weight loss. Is she at a healthy weight? and make sure that it's all the way around from the inside out, not just how she looks, physically, but is she healthy on the inside out? Have the conversation about her health versus about how she looks on the outside. And maybe if you come from that perspective, she may listen at that point.
All right, Rob, you're up.
Well, I mean, my perspective is a little different because I'm in the same situation as your wife. My weight keeps dropping. My wife says the same thing. Why do you keep losing weight? I still am not as lean as I want to be, but I think I'm lighter than a man my size and age is supposed to be. It's funny because other people have, I guess, impressions of what you should be, feel, look like from their perspective. I don't know what you expected of your wife and her journey, but you need to make sure that it coincides with what she expects. Obviously, she's enjoying her success and she's embracing she's committed to a lifestyle, just like I have. I've chosen a lifestyle and it's committed and it works. And now there has to be a point, because I do know that I am trying to balance some things. When I lean out and I start to work out, I do want to maintain my weight. So I'm already thinking about that. And we just need to find out if that's what she's thinking about and where her point is. But you got to let her go to her dream, to her goal. That's what she's embracing. It doesn't sound like you said she's not anorexic, or you don't feel like, you don't have any indication that she's in any danger of being unhealthy at this point. So just confirm, say, hey, where is the point? And then decide if you can live with that. Obviously, you want her to have a little more curves or something else. Now she getting to the point where you thinking maybe she too thin. And that might be on you. You know what I'm saying? That might be on you.
All right, I'm just going to give a quick little note to our letter writer. She's gone too far. I'm hearing a lot of you in this letter, right? You talk about you every time I suggest she puts more pounds back on, she gets mad and won't speak to me. I have a feeling she may be headed toward, being anorexic, and tell me what I should do before it gets out of control. What got out of control was your mouth in the beginning. You were the one harping on her. You even said, she said, you wanted me thin, now I'm thin. You were harping on her at some point, and she took it to heart. And now you don't like what's coming from the results of what you have put out there. Be careful what you ask for, okay? Now, you were comfortable when you could say whatever you wanted to say to her, and she abided by it because her self-confidence was at a level where she would listen to you say things about her getting smaller. But when she made the command decision to get up and do something about it, and it's about me making me happy, and she's no longer listening to you and your shenanigans, that's why you have a problem with it. It's the meta communication that I'm picking up on, sweetie. Your wife is in no imminent danger of losing or becoming anorexic. She's just not doing what you want her to do. You want her to put on more pounds. Why? First she was too big. Now she's too thin. She ain't never going to be the right size for you. So you need to suck it up and be supportive. Maybe you might want to work out with her. Maybe you need to try a different approach. There are a whole bunch of things that are at play that are not being said in this letter, but I guarantee you it's not because she's in jeopardy of becoming anorexic. It's more of you are not in control that you were in control before. So you need to check you, as Rob said, and not her. So that's what my thing is to you. Go ahead, Rob. I'm handing the baton back to you. You got 16 minutes.
So 16 minutes. And I do want to add, that confidence comes. You see that she lost that weight and bam, she like, you know what? Yeah. Step on. I'm telling you, when you do this, you lose 10, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. It's going to change your life. Everything's going to change. You start going after all kinds of things because you can do some things. But what I want to do, unless we got some
chat room.
Huh? Yeah. Find me some questions.
Okay.
Go to the chat room.
People commenting on the letter so much during the thing. They were saying to the chat room, they were like, show me a picture of her. Let your wife live. They're like, bingo. You can do the side bends and sit-ups, but please don't lose that butt. That butt. They're asking if he's working out with her. I don't believe that he is. I think this is an issue of control, but that's just my 2 cents. So I'm going to go ahead and get out the way, and before we get out of here, if we see any more interesting comments in there, we'll go ahead and check back in. But for right now, it's on you, baby.
Survival tips. All right, so go through this. You kicking it and cheat video on my YouTube channel about cheat day. I don't believe in cheat day, but what I do believe in is life. Life happens. You gotta live. I don't believe in sacrifice. So you're gonna go through this journey and shit's gonna happen. You're gonna go out to dinner because people gonna want to go out. You got a date, or it's people in town, whatever the case may be. You gotta know what's happening on the menu too. I want to do something we ain't never done before. I want to try to do a little game show, little format with 2 of you guys real quick. So you go to Applebee's, right? And you got a choice. You get the sampler, or you get the dynamite shrimp. What you get?
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking both of you. Just chime in. What do you get? You order.
Okay, I would get the sampler because I'm allergic to shrimp, but I would want the shrimp.
Okay, and Sporty?
I'm going to get the shrimp.
All right, so you get the dynamite shrimp. The dynamite shrimp has 730 calories. The sampler, 2,500 calories. All right, so still at Applebee's. Now you got a choice. You want a burger, right? So you're going to get the quesadilla burger or the house sirloin burger.
The sirloin burger.
All right, what you going to get, Sporty?
I like the quesadilla burger.
The burger has 1,820 calories. Steak sirloin burger, 350 calories. All it is knowing what to eat when you go out. You don't have to be all, you know, we're going to go to TGA Fridays right now. Now, because this is all Bar Foods Friday night, we hanging out. TGA Fridays, you want a wrap. You got a choice between the barbecue chicken wrap and the dragon fire chicken wrap.
I don't even know what dragon fire chicken wrap is, but it sounds good, so I'm going to go with that.
You going with that? What you going with, Sporty?
I'm going with the dragon fire chicken wrap too.
All right, that's a double ding ding. The barbecue chicken wrap, 1,720 calories. The dragon fire chicken wrap, 480 calories. Lastly, you're on your way home and you want to stop at Stone Cold.
Oh God!
Right? You got to get some ice cream. If you're on a date, they want to drop you off the ice cream place. You got a choice between a PBC shake and a strawberry banana smoothie.
Wait, what was the first one?
PBC shake. That's probably got some peanut butter or something and chocolate shake.
And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I want the other one.
No, she had that. She's smiling because she had that. So that's what she told. And you getting the smoothie, Kiki.
I'm getting the smoothie.
Right. So Sporty just drank 2,010 calories. 2 grand. Not even a grand like your coffee. That's 2 grand. That's just like them damn things. Y'all got this Sonic people down there with the little slushy things. That's just liquid sugar. They got so many calories in that. Don't even get that shit to your kids, man. Don't let your kids drink that. That's shit. Anyway,
that's 1,100 calories. That the Sonic Slurpee is 1,100 calories.
Well, you know, we're gonna have to get Sonic them to get y'all some to make some smoothies just for y'all. In the chat room, they asked me, Rob, to ask you, have you ever tried onion juice?
Onion juice, no, but I do drink apple cider vinegar.
Me too.
I drink that at night with water. I got like put a shot glass in it, and I put it in the same thing that you would put whiskey in, one of those little glasses, and then I put the rest water, and I drink that before I go to bed. Do whatever it does. I read up on it. It's supposed to help you do all kinds of shit, so I drink it. I don't like it, but I do it.
It's disgusting. I do it too.
I'm not trying.
Okay.
Used to it.
It's on you, baby.
You know, I mean, that's really it. I mean, if you want more information, this is what I do. It's unfortunate that I'm doing it right now, but I have to. I really want to be doing a lot more of my self-development and self-help stuff, but so many people have gravitated to this weight loss thing since I lost the weight, and my brother announced it in his group all these people have surfaced. So I put a product together, program. Again, ifxweightloss.com. You download it, it's free. You can get access to all kinds of information. When you get on that you'll be on a little mailing list, and I'll send you all kinds of shit. All the new stuff I get, all the information I can do to help, it'll all come to you. And you know, just hit me up. I mean, I want to help you on this journey. That's what we're here to do. I'm here to help people. That's what I'm committing the second half of my life to, is helping people in one way or another. And this is no different than what I'm doing with all the rest of my self-help and self-development. So I hope what we gave you today is helpful. And anything else I can do, just holler at me. I'm right there. You know what I'm saying?
D-Rob Carter, ladies and gentlemen. Sporty Spunky Angel, what are your final thoughts to our listeners tonight?
Well, I would say, you know, if you're going to do anything, just be accountable for you. You know, be committed to what you want to do with your life. It's really not about anybody else. It's not about what anybody else thinks, how they think you look, how they think you feel, what they think about how you're taking your journey. It's your journey. And however you choose to take it, embrace it, and keep going. Don't quit. Surround yourself with people who will support you. I don't mean the people who will say, oh, yay, go for it. Yay, I'm praying for you. Yay, you can do it. I'm talking about the people, you know, get you a Rob and a KiKi in your life. You know, what you eat today? What are you drinking now? What's that? What did you have? How much exercise have you done? Are you still doing this? Did you do this today? Are you taking that? And it's not that they're being nosy, but they're supporting you in your excellence. And if you don't have people like that around you, then you're setting yourself up for failure. You know, if somebody knows that you're going through a process and they want to go hang out with you, no, I don't want to go out to eat. Come go for a walk with me. Come go to the gym with me. Come share a smoothie with me. Something of that nature. If they support you, they will support you.
Yeah. And then, you know, I mean, honestly, you really get through that first 4 weeks or so, 6 weeks with me, you'll be strong enough to do whatever you need to do. I'm in the face of all kinds of shit all the time. You'll be able to handle it. I don't really promote a lot of this stuff and say stuff, but go to my YouTube channel. I got a lot of videos that I'm starting to post now, and I'll be posting more, especially during October. It'll get a lot better. Some of these things were just small videos, you know, as we were putting this thing together. But now the expertise has come, all the information is gathered, it's right, it's in line. So you'll be getting all kinds of information, and it's YouTube. It's all free information. It'll help you get through this journey. I'll be explaining different aspects, different things about foods, different struggles that I've had, different things that I'm facing, challenges. And I just think it'll be helpful information. So just hit.
Rob, what I do know what your YouTube channel is, so I can post it in chat.
Yeah, just D Rob Carter. It should be at D Rob Carter. You should be able to find it.
Hit it up. Rob Carter. They said
Rob Carter. I mean, underneath the thing that says at D Rob Carter, it didn't come up. You just put in Rob Carter there.
No, I was typing it in the chat room.
Oh, okay. All right. So Rob Carter, D Rob Carter, Mr. Intermittent Fasting. Type any of that, it'll pop up. You put in intermittent fasting, I should pop up. I'm one of you guys.
Here's the question. Someone alluded to this, but I'm going to ask this since we have a couple more minutes before we get out of here. Do you find that as you have lost weight, or are on this journey, do you find that your sex life has increased and or improved?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so in what I'm asking you separately, in what way? Start with Sporty and then go with Rob.
Okay.
It has I mean, well, I won't say it's increased, and I will say the difference is he's pleased with the partner he had, you know, years before, and he's even more pleased with the partner he has now. you know, so he's enjoying the journey in that area.
I ain't asked you about him. I'm asking about you.
I'm
How has
enjoying
it
the
changed
journey.
for you?
I'm enjoying the journey as well. Yes, it has changed. So I
How
might not be
has
able to
it changed
hang.
for you?
I can't hang from the chandelier yet, but it is. I have more energy.
Trust me, it's overrated.
No comment. I have more energy.
I love fucking with y'all. Y'all should know that's
It's
coming.
just more energy. I don't know what else to tell you. It's more energy,
Okay.
more fun. You know,
All right. What about you,
different.
Rob?
First of all, intermittent fasting, the fasting aspect, you know, you get increased HGH, which of course
Yes.
we all know HGH is and what it does. So, you know, you just start feeling younger again. You start producing more of the chemicals that gave you the same shit you had when you was young. So
Yeah.
that happens. But, you know, you just, when you rest, you feel better about yourself. You know, you getting harder and more aggressive and more, you just do more shit. Your confidence is up. So yeah, you know, it's all good. And now you just want to do it more. Your drive is increased. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're not feeling like you 52. You feeling like you know, 22. You know?
Did he say he gets harder?
Yeah.
Hey man, look, since he doing half the pumps and all, he may as well.
Yeah. Well, let me rephrase that. We're doing half the squirt.
Half the squirts? That's even worse.
No, it ain't work. I had to get not when you got 6 kids. Half the squirts is good.
Usually no squirts. Sporty, there's a question in the chat room for you. You can go ahead. They're asking because there's some people that came in here late. The mail room was like, half the pumps. He's trying to figure out what that's about. You need to go back and listen to it from the beginning so that you can understand what half the pumps is all about. I'm just going to hashtag that with Sporty. Why don't you hashtag that with half the pumps? If you want to know what hashtag half the pumps means, you need to listen to this show.
The answer to the question in the chat room is it was that way with or without the water. When you have the right partner, the lubrication is automatic. So I didn't need water to make it juicy. It always is. Thank you.
I guess they mean the water intake. Is that helpful? I thought they need to use water as a lubricant.
No, I mean, but I was drinking water like that anyway. So,
okay.
You know.
All right. Okay. Because it clearly said drinking more water. Why are you shaking your head, Rob?
Oh, are they asking? Okay, so I don't know.
Ignore them. You know who that is. Ignore them. You know who that is. Anyway.
Yeah, I think.
I'm having a hot flash right now because clearly my producer does not care to let me have any air in my studio. But I want to thank you guys for taking the controls this week and producing this show and telling me go have a seat. And I just wanted to say to you guys, I had every confidence that you guys will pull it off because I didn't bother now one of y'all about did you do
what
this?
was going on?
I didn't do any of that. I did not do any of that at all this week. So I was very confident that it would get done up to my standards. So I appreciate you guys for doing that. And don't be surprised if it happens again. So for those of you guys, the nugget that I want you guys to all take away today is that, you know what? There are more than one way. There's more than one way to skin a cat. There are many roads to the journey that you want to get. But my suggestion to you in all of this, I'm no expert in fitness, but I do know human behavior, is that, like I said from the very beginning, if your why is too small, the how will be too large. So make sure that your why for getting into this journey is bigger than you can ever imagine. So the how can seem minuscule to what you have to go forward with. And so once you get that under control and you understand why you're doing it, then you go ahead and take the necessary steps to educate yourself on which way would be best for you. If it's something as simple as Rob asking me, challenging me to give up breakfast, okay, I'm gonna give her breakfast. It's just that simple. So whatever it is, make sure that you are fully committed to it so that you can get the results, because ultimately it benefits you. It benefits you. With that being said, on behalf of our producer, Cousin Chan, our incredible invisible intern number 3, sporty spunky angel for assistant, the Rob Carter, tonight on Be Well for Your Well-Being. I am KiKi Richardson, the consummate provocateur and the host of this whole zoo. We thank you, and we ask you to come back, share a friend, share the stream, and next week we're going to have another engaging conversation, so you do not want to miss it. We're always uncensored, unscripted, unapologetic. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace out.